Hey everyone, I'm Trevor and you're watching SoCal Disney Dad, and today we are going through Elephant Odyssey as well as Polar Bear Plunge. We're going to explore the whole land for you, show you all the animals here, so let's get going. Right here at the entrance to Elephant Odyssey. This is actually the back entrance, but I love this art here, this metal art, because when you look at it, you get the elephant view, and then as you start to walk, the elephant disappears, so you can only see it from, certain angles. But then you get the elephant on the other side too. So it's a pretty neat piece of art. They have this display showing you what animals in Southern California they had a long time ago. Personally, we don't ascribe to 12,000 years ago. We think the Earth is younger than that. Don't argue with me on that. That's not the point of this video. But anyway, they do show you what they have in the animals here today. So that's letting you into this area here. Off to the left, they have this. It used to be a more popular kids play area, but I actually haven't seen kids playing in it in quite a long while. It is open. It's not like it's roped off anymore, but it doesn't really look super exciting other than, you've got some tunnels to run through. And what are these, like tracking collars for the elephants? Something like that?
Yeah, collars.
Oh, it says it right over here. Climb through our collars. And then a spinning wheel. You can line everything up. Oh, looks like we also have some animal x-rays. Large-headed llama. Oh, you can, hang on, leave that out. Leave that out. There. So there's the whole body, I guess. And you can push them in. Pull another one out. And we have the Western camel. Huh. Interesting. Before we get too far along here, there is a snake exhibit over here. Sometimes it's difficult to see the snakes. The only snake you may see in here may be this one. But a lot of the times there's snakes just sitting on the rocks there or in like the corners over here.
It's too cold this morning.
It probably is. So we do have a California condor here. He's up in that tree. Taking a look at his exhibit, there's like a bunch of vertebrae and bones down here in the ground. And there's like a skull over here too. At first I wondered if they put like, meat on the bones and they pick it off the bones, but I think that that's just decoration because clearly they're not gonna pick out a head. Over here we have some llamas. Matt, do you have a groove? They threw off the emperor's groove.
There he is. He's eating.
His name should be Cusco. I feel like The Emperor's New Groove is an obscure Disney movie. While it was popular back in the day, nobody really talks about it now. So let me know down in the comments if you like The Emperor's New
I feel
Groove.
like a lot of people love that movie. It's like one of those underrated movies.
That's what
right?
I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's not talked about a whole lot.
And everyone says they need a ride based on it because they have the whole pull the lever.
Pull the lever, Kronk. do, 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 do. And put that box in a box and nail that box to my smell. And when it arrives, smash it with a hammer. I love that movie. It's so great.
I need to watch it again. Hello, camel.
And it's a camel. He's eating. It's unusual. Usually the camels are lazy.
That just seems mean.
Putting
Put all our food in this little tiny mixed bag and make it really hard to eat.
It's like, how do they get it out of the bag? They must like really have to fight for it. But you say, Trevor, I thought you were in Elephant Odyssey. I don't see any elephants. Patience? Patience, young one. Your patience has already been rewarded. Not really. This is an elephant exhibit. There's just no elephants in it at the moment. That's because there is a wild worker in their natural habitat. Scooping poop. Oh, they're lowering something over there. But, maybe they're going to put food in it, and they're going to make the elephant fight for their food, too. There is a gift shop right here on your way, right across from the elephant exhibit over on this side of Elephant Odyssey, but it's closed at the moment because it's only like 10 in the morning. We are going to walk down here because they have the Sabertooth Mexican grill I want to show you guys. So here's the Sabertooth Mexican grill. It has loads and loads of seating. And the Sabertooth Mexican grill here actually has some pretty decent food. The problem was when we came, and it was just first opened.
Yeah.
They just moved this here. And it was spring break,
Yeah.
middle of spring break. But it took them like a half an hour to get 5 people in front of me's food.
And then even when they said they opened at 11, it was like 11:15.
It was. We were all standing here outside the line. It was a bit of a pain.
I can't remember. Did we have nachos or fries? Like, I can't remember. We had carne asada something.
Carne asada nachos.
I think it was nachos. And they were really, really good.
Amazing.
So, don't dismiss our, like,
this is such
waiting.
good food. So definitely consider it. Aha, I was right. They're putting food in that net and then they're gonna lift it up. What's in the box? What's in the box? Ooh, hey, looks like they might have food in there. Empty? Oh. So now we're going down a path that leads to the other side of the elephant exhibit, but there's really not a whole lot to look at over here. Just some water and things. Every now and again, I think you can see some turtles down in here. I can see some little fish. I don't see any turtle at the moment, but...
Fake turtles.
Fake turtles? Oh, you know, I bet you that's why I was thinking about turtles, because they have a fake turtle up here on the rock. Now we're approaching the San Diego Zoo Kids Theater. They sometimes have stuff going on in here. I think I hear a video playing, but there's nobody currently watching it. It's not all that exciting, but if it's a hot day, this is a good shaded place with some benches to just, you know, like take a break. Check out this guy. There's a few glass windows over here with some insects in them. These look pretty neat, don't they?
No.
Grasshoppers?
No.
They're grasshoppers.
I don't care. Grasshoppers give me the creeps.
Oh, check out these ones up here. And there we have our first sighting of an elephant. He's just waiting to get over into the other exhibit. He's like, that's where I normally hang out, but the door is closed. There's people in my exhibit. Oh no, I need to get over there. So this is the middle portion of the elephant exhibit, and there's only that one elephant, and that's it. There's nobody else out here at the moment. Maybe they're on the other end. Still one more portion of this exhibit to check out. Now over here is my favorite type of bird in all of the bird kingdom, and that's the secretary bird. Oh yes, look at him. Oh, excellent display.
He's so weird looking.
I love this secretary bird. He eats snakes, so this type of bird would be your friend if you lived in a remote area with lots and lots of snakes. Though he's also an aggressive predator type bird, so he probably wouldn't make a good pet. But he's beautiful, isn't he? Over here we have the elephant cleaning area. Oh, and there is an elephant over there at the moment. It's not in the actual cleaning area per se, but over by it. Not what you wanted to see, but there is some poop in there too. I show you all sorts of stuff in these videos, so don't think that you're just getting the edited version. You're getting everything. I actually got an elephant pooping on camera once. That was fun.
It's a little different than just showing a pile of poop.
Now we're walking around the big elephant building here. This is a workers' building. You can't actually go in this building, but it's pretty big. So that's the Elephant Care Center. And right next to that is the final portion of the elephant exhibit. And there's an elephant out. He must have just been playing with those boxes that are hanging there because they're swinging. But I don't see an elephant near them. I don't think so. All these elephants are pretty far away. I'm having to zoom in and still not really getting great views, especially with the lighting the way it is. The sun is pretty much backlit all these elephants. Another wild exhibit, the tourist. Here we have the tapir exhibit. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly. He's hanging out up there really far out of our view today. But there he is, eating. Of course he's eating. There was a branch hanging down on the other side, right up next to the viewing glass. But he's not eating that branch, he's eating this one. This is a pretty awesome waterfall, is it not? I mean, come on, as far as coolness of waterfalls go, that's a pretty neat one. And here we have the far reaches of the elephant exhibit. Have another elephant eating there from one of those hay drop down things that they actually have to work for their food. And then right over here, they've got their watering hole. It's actually a pretty big watering bathing area. I've never seen the elephants down in here. I'd love to catch them down there someday. Spraying water or something like that, that'd be really super fun. Over here across from the elephants is the jaguars exhibit, but I don't see him out at all. He could be inside, so let's just walk. Oh, is he? Oops. There he is. He's hanging out in the way back. Sometimes you can see the jaguar in here.
The lion's in here.
Oh, the lion is? That's unusual. This might be one of the first times I've actually seen the lion in here. She is asleep. This is the closest I've gotten probably to a lion, like, period. Wow. Look how huge her paw is.
For comparison.
Yeah. Massive, massive cat. So the male is over here. He's always on top of one of these tables, I feel like. But his head was up just a second ago, and I was like, oh, he's awake. And then he put his head down before I could pull the camera up, of course. So on the other side of this wall here, they've got all these animals that used to be in California. I guess they've found bones for all of these animals here in California, which is why that they know that they were in California. So, of course, some, typical animals you'd expect: bison, black bear, condor, horse, mule deer, grizzly bear, but some ones that you might not have expected, like a ground sloth or a smilodon or a capybara, some interesting animals. Even a cheetah down here. They've found, I guess, some bones of a cheetah and a Colombian mammoth here. Pretty interesting. Speaking of bones, we come into the tar pits and things, and they have tar pits up in LA, correct?
Yes.
And that's probably where they found, most of the bones and things. Yep, La Brea tar pits over here. Anza Borrego Desert. So some in the Anza Borrego Desert, inland valleys and deserts, and La Brea tar pits. So all of that is where they're finding these bones. And they have this just pretty neat display through here. Sometimes they have a worker over there talking to you about different things as well. In fact, I think one of the workers right there just went by. So the volunteers are getting into place. It's still early yet in the morning. They don't have everything going yet. Now, Polar Bear Plunge and the Elephant Odyssey aren't exactly close, but they're close enough. You walk by the Skyfari here, and Polar Bear Plunge is down over the hill. So I decided to put them both in the same video because they're micro areas inside larger areas at the zoo. Well, here we are coming into Polar Bear Plunge now. This is one of my favorite parts of the zoo because I love the polar bears. Very rarely do I find them down in the lower section, which is the section that we're going to head into right now, but always have to make sure because sometimes, you never know, there might be. There's nobody in here though, and there's no polar bears in the water, so I'm going to assume not. Oh look, they've got these kids areas opened back up. I think the last time we were here, they still had the crawling, head popping up spots and the tunnels. They were still closed the last time we were here. Oh, there we go. There's the polar bear hanging out in the back. Huh?
Government wants
And a bird.
emergency.
Yeah, there's a bird on the log. We got lucky once and had the polar bears right up next to the glass. Not the case today. He's really far away.
The orthodoxy of the government.
But you can still see him pretty good. Just the same. This is a great spot to see polar bears when they're out and about and moving. This is actually where we, were able to see them the one time. But it's a great little spot. They usually hang out right in this dirt path area. So come over here if you're at the zoo and see if you can see them up close. You might get lucky. So they've got a picture here of a polar bear feeding, and here's the spot for it, but they've got, it's locked up in glass. I've never actually seen somebody here feeding the polar bear, But clearly they must have done it at some point, or they wouldn't have this picture here. So look for that experience too, because that would be pretty neat if you happen to catch them feeding the polar bear through this grate. And we have another exhibit with a worker in it. This is the reindeer exhibit, so you'd normally be able to see some reindeers in here. But we have a worker cleaning it, so there's no animals in it today. Amy just found a raccoon exhibit. Who wants to see a raccoon? Got raccoons all over the place. There he is. Down around the corner here, they have another educational display for you. This one talking about CO2 emissions and how they've changed over the years, starting from 1150, and then basically around the time of the Industrial Revolution, where we started getting things like electricity and all sorts of things that just, you know, spiked up and up and up. And it says projected for 2030 up there. I don't know much about this or the science behind it to know whether this is exaggerated or not, but interesting information all the same. And we can't go through the polar bear plunge exhibit without going through probably one of my least favorite things, which is aviaries. At least I got my poop protection.
I don't.
No, you don't. All right, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Squeaky door. Actually, this aviary doesn't seem too dangerous. There's no poop on the ground. I don't see any birds flying overhead. I think it's the other aviary that you have to be concerned about. Ducks. Yeah, okay, this is a good aviary. Cute ducks. Oh, especially that colorful one right there. Hello. Oh, you're like, get away from me, get away from me. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Another really, really tiny aviary. Not bad either. Right outside the aviary is Tundra Treats. I actually haven't seen this place open in quite some time, but it still is early. Every time we come through here, it's always like 10 to 10:30 in the morning. I've never actually come through here later in the day, so maybe Tundra Treats is open. It looks like the gift shop down here is currently closed too, but I have seen it open, so I think it depends on the day and whatnot. Well, that is it for our time at the Elephant Odyssey and Polar Bear Plunge. Kind of left the area. I forgot to do a sign out video, but
just too excited to go ride the
I
skateboard.
hope you enjoyed our video looking at the elephants and the secretary bird, the polar bears, and all the fun animals that are here at the San Diego Zoo. Lots of unique animals. Pretty much everything that you saw in this video, they do not have at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park with the exception of elephants. Oh, they have lions too. Yeah. But otherwise, everything else is pretty unique here to the San Diego Zoo, and that's always a big question, is the difference between the zoo and the safari park. And I put together a video that highlights a lot of those things. I'll link to that now as well. But this video is a prime example of what's pretty much unique here at the San Diego Zoo. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos of the San Diego Zoo and other Southern California theme parks and attractions, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you again next time.